Hi guys, and welcome to Odds on Champions League. On Wednesday we have really good games. We have Juventus, Barça, we have Man United, Leipzig. So let's analyze everything and give you the best tips with Álvaro Romeo, director of Talksport, and Daniele Fisichella, Italian expert of football. Let's see everything now. Hello guys, and let's enjoy another day of the Champions League. On Wednesday we have many exciting games and we are going to analyze them with Daniele Fisichella. Hello Daniele.
Hi Eduardo.
And Álvaro Romeo. Hello Álvaro.
Hello guys, how are you?
I'm good, and let's start with some cold. Let's travel to Russia to see Krasnodar Chelsea. In a very, very tough group to call, I would say. Chelsea got a draw against tough Sevilla, and the same for the debutants. Krasnodar, I think we were all surprised by their draw against Rennes. Here, all the bookies give Chelsea the advantage, but Álvaro, not sure, no? Lampard's team are not really convincing in this start of the season.
No, they are not, and I was covering the game on Saturday, the Chelsea-Manchester United game, and I am so surprised about the lack of cutting edge that Chelsea has. Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, they were sub in the second half because they weren't playing well, and I do believe that if two players like this are not playing well and they don't find their place in the team, is mainly the manager's fault. I think that Chelsea is still work in progress. I believe that they are a team that you cannot give as granted that they are going to win, despite the amazing squad they got mostly going forward. And I'm going to go for a draw here. I think that Chelsea actually can draw or drop points here at the Krasnodar ground, and that will be paid 480.
I think Chelsea, they seemed improving against Manchester United. If anything, at the back, I've seen a very good Thiago Silva commanding, really stepping in and leaving his mark. So that could be something that maybe Frank Lampard's team could take it away from the draw at Man U. I would say Krasnodar, they're a bit patchy form in the league. They're only 8th. They lost at the weekend against Spartak Moscow. I was gonna go for a away clean sheet, so to Chelsea to keep the goal unbeaten, also because the goalkeeper Mendy, I think, is in top form, and that pays around 220. So that would be my suggestion.
Has to be said, Eduardo, that Chelsea got a clean sheet as well against Sevilla, and basically they are improving their form, and I think that all this is down to the fact that Frank Lampard is considering as well playing with 3 centre-backs. And Cesar Azpilicueta, the other day, he was playing so well against Manchester United. Chelsea, when they play with 3 centre-backs, they are a better team. And I remember that they won the league with Antonio Conte exactly with that system. So they know what they are doing with 3 centre-backs.
Then clean sheet for Chelsea, or if you think Chelsea might struggle at Krasnodar, but still they can get a victory because Chelsea is really favorite. We come back Krasnodar Asian handicap +1, so if they lose or they draw, we get our odds, and if they lose for only 1 goal difference, we get our money back. There is paid 221, and I think it could be a good idea for the people going to the Oddspedia website. And in this group we have Sevilla Rennes. Again, Sevilla got a draw. They are really competitive, but they lost their last 2 games in La Liga. Very surprising. The last one against Eibar, whereas Rennes lost also at home in the French league, but they are really up. They are 3rd now in the league. Álvaro, I guess Sevilla should bounce back now and get a victory here.
I think so, but don't forget that they are struggling to score goals. They didn't do that at the Stamford Bridge. They didn't score goals this weekend. I believe that last weekend against Granada, they also lost and they didn't score. So this is a team that is struggling to produce these kind of performances. And if they win, normally they don't win because they are capitalizing many chances. They win because basically they create many chances and they capitalize 1. So their conversion ratio is very low. So that's why I'm telling you, Eduardo, that of course, yes, I think that Sevilla is going to win this game, but there is a nice draw over there if you want to duplicate your money. If Sevilla and Rennes are drawing by the halftime is a 2.30 that you can get. So I will back that because I believe that Sevilla is the kind of team that if they win, they beat you at the end and they find it very difficult to score again.
I like Rennes going forward, good proposition. I'm a big fan of Camavinga, the French number 10. Was quite, I think he already left a mark in this Champions League. As a little stat on Rennes maybe could help our friends betting. They already scored 9 goals in the last 4 away games. So maybe why not going for both teams to score? 2.17, again you double your money and it could be a good one to bet.
Okay, then let's see what happened there in Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan on the next group, Group F. We have Bruges, Lazio. Daniel, I was very surprised by Lazio's performance against Borussia Dortmund, especially because this year they were struggling in Serie A. Now they got a victory also in the Italian tournament this weekend against Bologna. And more importantly, I think Immobile is scoring again, and here we have pretty good odds for Lazio victory in Belgium.
Lazio have started perhaps hitting form. They were clinical against Borussia Dortmund. They took the chances. They made the most of Borussia Dortmund mistakes, but they left spaces at the back as they always do under Simone Inzaghi. A good proposition going forward, a little bit leaky in defense. So it could be an issue for them traveling away to Bruges. Last away game, they lost 3-0 against Sampdoria. So because Lazio are unpredictable, whereas Brugge, I think they are also in form and they won in St. Petersburg. I'm going to go perhaps against the odds and say either Brugge to win, which pays around 2.9, or perhaps, if you want to be a little bit safer, Brugge to score first, which is well above 2 for your bet.
If you don't trust Lazio to win here, we also have a double chance for Bruges, 1.62. The victory of the home team or the draw. And the other game in this group is Dortmund-Zenit. Dortmund, they are really pushed to win this game, especially their defeat in the Olímpico against Zenit. I think we were all very surprised, Álvaro, when they were defeated at home against Bruges. But here the odds for Dortmund are really, really low. Everyone expects them to win is 1.39.
Yeah, that's why, Eduardo, probably you have to go for an Asian handicap. I mean, we know the firepower of Borussia Dortmund going forward. Erling Haaland scored the beauty this weekend as well, and probably he wants to score more. And they are definitely a real threat when they attack Borussia Dortmund. And when they have a good day, they are capable of producing these kind of performances that they make us think that they can challenge for the title race in Germany. And then the weekend after, we are saying that that is impossible because they lose, you know. But when they do well, they are very good. And there is an Asian handicap over there that if Borussia Dortmund has a great day, it can be a good bet for you. Basically, a minus 4.5. It will be a 12.20 for whoever puts some money in there. And I think that Borussia Dortmund are going to score many goals this time. So I will back that Asian handicap.
I think Borussia Dortmund are going to win the game. They are in high form. They won the derby the weekend, as you mentioned. Haaland scored 4 in the last 4. And if you look at the Champions League record, they only lost 1 of the last 8 games, beating PSG and Inter and drawing with Barcelona on the way. So they're in good form at the Westfalen Stadium, especially in the European nights.
Okay, if you want to be a little bit more conservative than Alvaro on the Asian handicap, I could look also at Asian handicap minus 2 for Borussia Dortmund. Is paid 2.80. That means that if they win for more than 2 goals, we win our bet. If they only win for 2 goals difference, we have our money back. And moving forward to Group G, we have one of the best games of the day for sure. Although these two teams are not really in good form, I'm talking about Juve, Barça. Juve won in Kiev, but they draw against again in the Serie A against Hellas Verona this time. Barcelona, we already said yesterday that they lost El Clásico and they also lost Piqué for this game. Daniele, also Juventus have many absence in the defense line. Very, very difficult to call this game, no, I guess.
Tough one for Juventus. Barcelona are going to be definitely the best team they will face so far in the start of the season, which has not been great. We only seen glimpses of good plays. Of course, they missed Ronaldo, the man, in the last 3 weeks. He might be back. He might be back if he's not COVID positive, and so he could start up front. However, as I said, Pirlo, Juventus is still work in progress. We still haven't understood how the team can adapt to playing 3 at the back, what kind of system he wants to play, if he want to play quick passes as Sarri wanted or something a little bit more elaborated. It could be the night that defines the season for both teams, but as I said, it's a difficult one to call. My suggestion would be they could be happy both for a draw, which pays around 360, or perhaps because of the Juventus frailties at the back, Barcelona to score first, Barcelona to take the lead in Turin, which pays over 2.
Alvaro?
Yes, I think I agree with Daniele. I think that this is the kind of game that may define a little bit the season for Juventus and Barcelona. Barcelona cannot lose again after losing in El Clásico. Juventus probably couldn't be too unhappy with the draw this time, and now that Philippe Coutinho is out for Barcelona, I think that they are going to become a little bit more solid in midfield, which is something that they were lacking against Real Madrid, and probably Miralem Pjanic is going to be that player that will play instead of Philippe Coutinho. I think that Pjanic is more of a midfielder, Barcelona is going to be more solid, and despite the absence of Gerard Piqué, I can see a draw happening here. I'm going to go for a draw, and the draw is paid 360 for this game.
No, I think it's a good odds. I mean, Alvaro mentioned Pjanic, Arthur Pjanic, probably who wins the battle, wins the game, or perhaps they could nullify each other because none of them had a great start of the season. I'm sure both want it. So I think it's a key battle to look forward in the middle.
And it's important to say that probably this game only matters to define who is going to top this group, because the rivals have no level, I guess, to kick any of them out of the competition, because the next game we have is Ferencvaros, Dynamo Kiev. I think Ferencvaros actually made a good start at Nou Camp, whereas Dynamo Kiev is the one with a bigger name, and they actually pushed a little bit Juventus at their stadium, but they finally lost. What is important here, Daniele, is that Rebrov, I think we all remember him with Shevchenko, is right now Ferencvaros coach, and he was former also Dynamo Kiev coach for 3 years.
But Rebrov is a great name of the 90s. We all remember him with Shevchenko. I remember a great game against Bayern Munich, probably 99, if memory doesn't defies me. But those were the days of Colonel Lobanovsky, if you remember, no? with his jacket. But these days is a different proposition for Dynamo Kiev. That nonetheless, it's top of the league. Dynamo Kiev. They haven't won the Ukrainian league since 2016, and perhaps this year they might go for the league after 4 consecutive runner-up in the league. It's difficult to say. I don't think they're going to throw the towel in Budapest, but I think Ferencvaros could have the edge, perhaps could have a little bit the advantage. There's going to be a little bit of home crowd. We know that in Hungary, people can go to the stadiums, lucky them in a way, and they are good at home, Ferencvaros. So far, 5 wins and a draw at home. So why not? Why not back in Ferencvaros for a win? It pays a lot, 375, but I think it's a risk worth taking.
Okay, and the Group H, probably also one of the most interesting groups in the Champions League, and one of the best games in the night also, because it's very important for the qualifications of both teams. We have Man United Leipzig at Old Trafford, with Man United favorite 2.35 after their amazing victory at the Parc des Princes. I didn't think they could make it, but be careful, Alvaro, because Leipzig are really strong in the Bundesliga. Also, they won their first game against Istanbul.
Yes, I know. In this game, I think that Manchester United ideally or theoretically could be the favorite, but I tell you what, I think that RB Leipzig is a more solid team now. They reached the Champions League semi-final last season. At the same time, they are top in the Bundesliga table. They've been flawless throughout, and I think that it's a decent odd if you go for a victory for them, 335, and I'm going to back that. I also believe that Leipzig is going to win in the first half and in the second half, so I will put money on that. I don't see Manchester United beating Leipzig in this game because they have been, they were a little bit lucky against PSG. I believe that they are tremendously dependent on Marcus Rashford as well. They haven't sorted out their midfield yet, and Leipzig plays much better football. Last season in England, they beat Tottenham comfortably, and I think that they could do the same against Manchester United this time at Old Trafford.
Leipzig are a very well-oiled machine, and Nagelsmann is doing a good work. And I think there is a stat that simplifies that they had 10 different players to score goals so far since the beginning of the season. So there are gonna be goals there. Careful with Angelino, the left back. He already scored 4 in the last 4, and he's a Man City player, so he might want to say something to his counterpart at Man United. I agree with Alvaro. A Leipzig win could be on the cards, but also over 2.75 goals pays well, over 2.06 as an odd, so you could go with that as well.
Okay, and the last game we have on Wednesday, I guess, is an easy one for PSG, but a tough one for the bettors. PSG travel to Istanbul to face Istanbul Basaksehir. We already said that the Turkish champion, they lost against Leipzig, and this weekend they thrashed Antalyaspor. They are really poor this season in the domestic league, and PSG, well, we all know that they are going to win the Liga. But in the Champions League, again, it was a really bad performance. They were caught up in the counter-attack easily by Marcus Rashford, and they have really to win this game, Alvaro. Otherwise, their qualification can get in danger.
Yes, I think so. Look, it's not the best game to put money on PSG winning, but at the same time, I cannot see Istanbul winning the game either. Neither drawing it, I believe that PSG, they are going to end up just making amendments from what they did against Manchester United. PSG, they are a very good team, okay? Sometimes we tend to think, all right, yeah, they are just a number of stars, but actually they are better. They are better than that. They reached the Champions League final. They have to win. So I would say that PSG is going to win by more than 3 goals in this case. But however, if you want to be a little bit more adventurous and think that PSG is going to perhaps not play too well at the end of the game, look, if you put a unit on Istanbul winning at halftime, and then PSG will come back, you know what I said. But if you want, or if you think that Istanbul can win this game at the halftime, you will get 980 per euro that you will put on that.
Adventurous to say the least. I don't think even the most optimistic of Istanbul Basaksehir fan, I know they have one famous fan, the president of Turkey, that probably would not bet on that. But let's not go into politics. I will say PSG to win both halves, 2.40. They scored 15 in the last 4 games. I think it's gonna be easy for them.
I like that bet actually, Daniele. And please let me know your accumulators then for Wednesday. Daniele, you first.
I will go for a Chelsea win in Russia against Krasnodar. Borussia Dortmund to take the lead in the game against Zenit. Barcelona to win in Turin, and PSG winning with a 1.75 goals Asian handicap. And last time I checked, this paid over 45.
Okay, and Alvaro?
I'm going for Chelsea drawing at Krasnodar, for Borussia Dortmund winning, for Bruges beating Lazio, and for Leipzig winning at Old Trafford. That will mean that you get 49.14.
We have some ideas for this Wednesday. I'm sure we are going to have fun because there are many good games at this stage of the Champions League, and I had a lot of fun also with you guys. Thank you, Daniele. Thank you, Alvaro.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Speak soon.
You heard it. Manchester struggling at home against Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund thrashing Zenit St. Petersburg, Chelsea also struggling in Russia against Krasnodar. Well, this is what our experts think. Let me know also what you think in the comment section. And please do not forget to click on the like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to get all the notifications whenever we publish new content. And if you want to listen to our podcast, you can do it on Spotify. We will be back next week with more action about the Champions League.